Hello and welcome to GrindslimeTV with me, your host Aaron. And today we're headed over to the States, to Detroit, Michigan, where we're going to be looking into some brutal death metal, but in the form of a one-man band, Syphilic, and their album, A Composition of Murder. Absolute banger of a record as well, got to be said. I love the artwork. This is a concept album about a serial killer called Carl Pan's Ram. I think that's how I pronounced it. I'm not the biggest expert on serial killers. I have my moments where I watch a documentary from time to time, but I'm no true crime buff by any stretch of the imagination. That's him there, doing his naughty thing, killing people up in prison and stuff. And oh, there's stuff popping up on my screen. Go that way. But great artwork all the same. This was my introduction, actually, to Syphilic back in 2011. When this came out, and he's actually got a couple of records from before that as well, but he's plenty since. And I mentioned it's a one-man band, but this record actually has a Brian Baxter playing bass on it, so that's pretty cool. For those of you who don't know, Brian Baxter's from like a Regurgitation, and he's been in a bunch of bands. I don't know why many of them are escaping my memory, but for some reason, yeah. But it's from Regurgitation. But yeah, so you've got a story here involving some of his said serial killers' confessions and whatnot from prison and everything. So that's pretty cool. And then on this side, you get the lyrics. But what I like about this is that there's no song titles. Every song on the record is just called A Composition of Murder. So it's just, you get 12 tracks, 37 minutes and 1 second if you're curious. All in all, but yes, so there's the back, but that's the track listing, the album title. So really, really cool. So it's essentially just like it's in 12 tracks, but it's essentially just one long song. It's really, really cool. Very different. So if you're in the mood for something a little more out there, this is definitely one to check out on Severed Records there. Oh yeah, classic label. Absolutely classic. And you got a Chavy in the bathtub. How are you saying? Weird. A shocking experience, but yeah, so pretty cool stuff where that's concerned. But I like how this kind of like folds up. I mean, I don't know if you can make it out, but oh yeah, you can. Yeah, see, there's the Syphilic logo behind it there. Or there you go. So yeah, really, really cool. Music, well, it's brutal, it's experimental, it's technical when it needs to be. Very catchy, loaded with George Carlin samples, so that's never a bad thing. I'm not sure why it's loaded with George Carlin samples, gotta be honest. Not really investigated it that much. Kind of shifts the tone, I guess, but I don't know. Maybe there's some sort of connection between the two, who knows. But maybe it's just the stuff he was saying. Either way, it's a great album nonetheless. But yeah, it's got plenty of that very sort of old school sort of Cannibal Corpse sort of influence in there. I mean, it's not a clone by any stretch of the imagination, but it takes influences from all sorts of things. But that's definitely the one band that pops out at me when I listen to it personally on each track. It's just the way it's that sort of groove and stuff going on. There's a lot of that. Yeah, so plenty of blasting. Don't you worry about that. This is still brutal death metal. Don't get it twisted. Yeah, it branches out into other sort of little sort of sub-genres here and there that sort of break the monotony. It's a 37-minute long song end of the day. But I think it's a really clever album. A lot of thought went into it. It's very proggy, but without going into sort of like death territory. Not that that's bad or anything. It's just not a death clone either. It's its own sort of. It's a very unique album. I'll give it that much, and a bloody good one as well. So definitely one I enjoy. Definitely one you guys can enjoy. It won't be for everyone, granted. If you're strictly, Matty Way or nothing, then fair enough. But no, I really, really rate this record. I should really get more of their stuff, to be honest with you. But this one's so bloody good. It sort of makes me think like, do I need to? But for most people, that would be an incentive to buy more. Not for me. Completely backwards. And it's like, oh, well, that one's so good. The others must be shit. That's sort of where my brain goes for most bands. But yeah, maybe I should give it a go. What? Give me a hand. What record do you recommend by Syphilic that I should check out next? If I should even check another one out. Has he got another concept album like this? Because I know he's got like normal albums with like you know, just normal song titles and stuff like that. Like I think I had a song like BTK or something at one point, maybe, and I feel I could kind of see the artwork in my head, but outside of that, we just got to. But yeah, Syphilic, Composition and Murder, a proggy death metal, brutal, naughty, nasty, and fucking yeah, really good album. Got to be said. I mean, there's nothing more to say about it. Great sort of gutturals, some really cool guitar leads and shit like that. But for the most part, it's a brutal death metal record. So, and Barrett thought it was good enough to put out, so it's, you know, mildly good enough for me. Because he puts out a lot of stuff that sounds like a lot of stuff he's put out already. But that's cool. Do you? Boom. Syphilic. Make that happen. Composition and Murder. It's on Spotify. It's up on the YouTube and whatnot. So easy to find. I'll catch you guys next time. Support your scene and local record store. Check out the description box to pick up your copy of Grindslime Magazine by yours truly. And you can find me over at Instagram at GrindslimeTV. Holla!